Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Lone Wolf? How you doing, man? Welcome to my birthday stream, which is very similar to all of my other streams. It's just now I'm 40. Everything is the same, but I'm 40. Oops. Sorry, I have some allergies. Springtime. Okay. I'm just going to be working on some client stuff. Anybody wants to talk, wants to chat, you let me know. I'm around. Can you guys hear the music? How's the audio? Seems like everything's working fine. Thanks, brother. It says happy B-Day. Relax and enjoy. Music, no, but audio's good. Okay. I don't know why the music's. Let me. I got some nice jazz for you and everything. How's that? Is that better? Tonight, my wife is taking me out to dinner. Oh, that's weird though. I want to make sure that it's. Sorry, I know this is idiosyncratic, but the music should be on. Could be just kind of a bad stream. I don't know. There's usually a bit of a delay between you dropping a comment and me being able to see it. It is jazz. Okay, so good. So you can't hear it then. Because without music, it's just going to be me sniffling into a microphone. My allergies were suspiciously absent for much of the past month, and then now they are popping up. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. Oh, I see. So you're saying that's what you're listening to jazz or big band music, but you don't hear the jazz playing on my end because I happen to be playing jazz today. How about this one? Do you hear it now if I do this? Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, of playing music that sets you in the mood for a given time period. How is that comic coming along, man? Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? I'm gonna let Johnny keep going until he reaches 40. I know Sam Keith. I don't know if I know Murata. Did you post them in the Discord? I would check it out. Oh, Murata's from One Punch Man. Okay. Yeah, I've only seen little bits of the artwork for that. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm like trying to work and I keep getting DMs and I'm just trying to. They're not. Most of them are not even birthday stuff. They're just people being like, "Hey, do you have that thing?" Or one of them's an email from the printers telling me that they're sending me their replacements. I don't know if anybody. I know most of you followed my Kickstarter. There was a delay because. Excuse me. Because a bunch of the issues got ruined in the shipping. So a lot of the people who ordered in the distribution, the retailer tier, needed to wait for the new copies to come in because they needed to be replaced because they were damaged. And they're telling me now that they're printing it expeditiously, which is great. They're awesome. Okay. And I forgot what I was even going to make. Oh, I was going to look at the notes that my editor gave me on this book and what he wanted me to change. My client. Oh, okay. That's one note. Great. Not a problem. I'm back. You're feeling the same kind of tired? Yeah, I know. Sometimes it just hits you. You don't know why. Oh, thanks, Madara. I am doing well. Allergies aside, I'm doing great. I feel very happy to be alive. I love it. My wife is taking me out to a steak dinner tonight. How are you guys doing? Man, so many messages. Damn. I didn't know that, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, do you have a portfolio, by the way? Like, designed for professional stuff? For submissions? If you do, like, maybe send it over to me. I don't know. I'm not saying I can necessarily get you work or anything, but just send it to me on Discord. Or email. I think you have my email. That's rough, dude. Guys, I cannot even tell you the years I spent in that same position, man. I know what that's like when you're living below the poverty level. You're just like earning nothing and you hate yourself because you feel useless, but it's not true. Don't believe that voice in your head. And don't despair. And it's hard too, because a lone wolf, I know he's taking care of his mother too. So technically he has a dependent, you know? Man, that's rough. How long have you been looking for a job? Is this a new search? Or what? Yeah, there was like a whole point in the early part of my career where I was just not earning enough to buy. I mean, like I was living off tuna, and I was living in a basement, paying like what, like $500 a month rent, and even that I was struggling to make. Because I was gonna live off my art. What a tough time that was, man. Oh yeah, churches are always really good about that. Yeah, that's why it's really never a waste of money to donate to like a local church, because they always put that money toward feeding people, like 90% of the time, in my experience. It's like one of the biggest charity organizations in the world, from what I remember. They have so many food pantries in my neighborhood too. There's like my town, the church is great about that. It's funny, turning 40, I keep thinking about that episode of Community where that social media app takes over the school and everybody's trying to establish clout in different ways so that they can be popular, otherwise they get exiled. And the one character, I think it's Professor Hickey, his strategy for remaining on the in group is that every day he just says it's his birthday. He just keeps claiming it's his birthday over and over and gets him all these points. I apologize in advance for my sneeze. Ugh. I keep scaring the crap out of my cat every time I sneeze. Jumps like 30 feet in the air. Funny, Q from Star Trek Online says the same thing during the Star Trek anniversary events. I transcend space and time, so every day is my birthday. That's funny. So, Venator, this comic I'm working on right now, it's sold out at multiple locations, and I can't say who exactly, but there might be a deal with a major distributor to carry the book. So that's pretty cool. Book 1's doing well, man. Very excited to keep going with it. And the client seems happy. The book is selling. That's all we got to worry about. So great. My birthday gift to you is to guarantee you will not be drafted into World War III. How do you guarantee that? Am I over the age limit? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying over there, Johnny? You're either saying I'm old or that you wield incredible power. Also, everybody watching, please give the video a like. It really helps the channel out. This character is giving a prayer to his whatever god they worship in this, and he had a specific pose he wanted me to use for it. Yeah, it's like shoulders down, kind of. So the way I have it is the way I have him positioned. It looks like he's peeing. Looks like he's taking aim. There you go. It's starting to look a little better. All right. What is the age limit, Johnny? I don't know. They're gonna draft me to do propaganda. It'd be kind of cool. Be an interesting gig. Imagine all the stuff I would know, like all the secrets I would learn. I gotta say, I would be very good at that job. I have to be I was thinking about it. I would do really good propaganda illustrations for some like ultra patriotic like Starship Troopers future. Oh my goodness, it would be just lots of like beautiful people saluting the flag. Absolutely. Forgot if do they even have countries in Starship Troopers, or is it just one weird galactic alliance thing, one world government stuff? You were an extra in which movie? Lone Wolf? I want to... It's pretty cool. I think I missed one of the comments there. Funny story. Anybody else ever know that notice that the Starship Trooper uniforms are also used as the uniforms for the I believe it's just called the Alliance in Firefly. It's like the same costumes they just had, because I guess they're owned by the same company. Just a reminder, you guys, anybody watching who really wants to get better at drawing digitally, I find that adjusting the pressure sensitivity and making it much lighter is way easier on your hands and will improve your art. That's been my experience. Because ever since I changed the pressure sensitivity on this thing, I am flying through line art. It's so much more fun. I'm not pressing down as hard. It feels much closer to working on paper. Which I was just doing earlier today for a particular client, which I can't really mention yet. Pretty sure I just landed maybe the biggest gig of my career, and I can't say who the client is yet because we haven't signed a contract, but I'm already working on pages for him, and it might be a real game changer for me. And it happened just in time for my birthday, just in time for me to enter my 40s, so that's good. Yeah, it could be really big. He basically said I had the job, but I'm not getting a contract until after I do the first 10 pages because they're going to use it for a crowdfund. And then once they start the crowdfunding campaign, that's when they're going to give me the contract, I think, once they have the money for the rest of the book. But this person, this writer / publisher, the last crowdfund they did for the same series that I'm going to be working on, it actually did extremely well. So assuming that I actually do have the job because they said I did, it'll be pretty amazing actually for my career, because I've been, even now, like you guys know me as a professional. I've been doing this professionally. Even now, it's just still a struggle. You still don't make much. It's I'm not cracking 6 figures yet or anything like that. I'm not struggling anymore. I'm not like, it is and it isn't. It's like it becomes a struggle because you're like, okay, well, I've been poor for a long time and now I'm doing better, but now I want to like own a house or something. You know what I mean? Which is like way off for anyone in my generation to actually own a home. It's like almost impossible unless you become a millionaire. Essentially, you have to have like $1 million or something, I think they said, unless that's not true. And I obviously don't. not even close. But more and more, I've been like setting my sights on like really high income gigs that if I can get them. And then I just reached out to this guy, this writer who's doing a second version of his book and was looking for an artist, a second sequel rather. And we started talking, and he loved my work. He's like, hey, it's awesome. And I was doing some samples for him, and we were trying it out, and then he was like, yeah, it's good, but like, can you try this? And then I was like, fuck it. And I did traditional ink on paper, and when I did it traditional, he loved it. And I was like, oh, maybe there's something about the traditional look that he really likes. But honestly, I could probably get a similar look doing this, as I have been. But the reason I'm still thinking I want to do it traditional, at least mostly for this potential gig, is that it was such a popular book, the first one, and it did so well that feels like I want to have originals to sell. $500,000 to $1 million for homes around where oh my goodness, yeah. And I'm in the New York area. I'm in New York State, so it's like probably even worse. You can hey, what's up, Gigi? She said sorry. She says, no, you can buy cheap land and build a home on it, and it'll still be like $1 million. Yeah. She also says, no, you got the job. Oh, that'd be great. I love their positivity. I mean, it's like they said I have it. He was like, you're in, let's start. And I was like, cool. But the thing is, like, I told my wife, I'm so used to things that are about to work out and change my life, just like not happening at the last minute, and I have to quickly catch up and do something else. Like this gig, it almost seems too good to be true. And as an artist, that's going to happen sometimes, where you're going to get an opportunity and you're like, this can't be real because it's too good. The only reason I know it's not a scam is because I'm talking directly to this like famous writer. We're like DMing each other on Twitter. He seems like a nice guy. He's very professional. He's very like focused on the book. Let's see. Lone Wolf says, I've noticed that I put scratches on my screen protector. Yeah, I would press down hard, but I am learning to lighten up the pressure a bit. Yeah, so just sometimes try playing around with the pressure sensitivity settings, Lone Wolf. Because you'll find that if you don't have to press down as hard, you can be lighter with your touch, and it can change the actual hand that you draw in. Like, it changes the way that I draw when I don't have to press down as hard. Because you're not fighting the pen, you're just kind of like gently massaging the image into the paper, which is how I like to work. Thanks, Madara. You should do it, Madara. Yeah, when you have time, I'd like knock something out. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Just get something done so you have it, you know? John Pirate says, I knew someone who bought an empty lot for like $50,000 and was saving up for a tiny home. That's pretty cool. Yeah, even if you don't have a proper script, you can just start drawing and just do it the Marvel method. You start drawing and then you just figure it out as you go sometimes. Oh, and if everybody who's watching could please give the video a like, it really helps us out over here. And by us, I mean me. Okay, we got this. We're looking good. Other people here who own cats, is it normal for cats to sleep this much? I know it says they're supposed to sleep for like up to 18 hours a day, but you never know. I don't know. Later, Gigi. Yeah, I would love to have a phone call soon, honestly. I've got two of them napping now, says Lone Wolf. If they're napping, it means they feel safe to do so, but it's not a nap as we know it. It's hard to explain. It's like a light nap. Yeah, so it's like they don't get like deep sleep until certain hours, right? It's more like they're just kind of like in a holding pattern until it's time to like chase something down. Because I worry that I'm not stimulating him enough, the cat. I try to play with him when I can. I try to give him stuff to do. I give him catnip to help him not get, and he does play. He runs around, he'll play for a little bit, and then he just like curls up in a ball next to me while I'm working, which is really sweet. I love having him there. But I always worry that it's like I'm neglecting him or something, but I know that it's a different species. They have a different set of needs. What's happening in this panel is that the hero is oh, hey, what's up, Jacobo? Jacobo wants, what comic is it? This is for Venator. Book 1 of Venator is currently being sold. It's sold out in a couple of locations. I think 3 locations so far it's sold out. And it's sold on their website, ascendium.com. ascendiumstudios.com, excuse me. This is for book 2. I'm not the writer on this, so I'm just the artist. But what's happening in this scene is that the hero did some kind of special prayer to his whatever gods of light he worships, and the writer could tell you, I don't know, but it's granted him the gift of flame, so he's able to like channel fire into his hands and fight with like flaming fists and stuff. It's cool. Pretty heavy metal, if you ask me. So the style I've been going for with this book is kind of a mix of like European comics and manga and stuff, which is, I guess, kind of my style anyways. I don't know. But yeah, that's looking okay. It's looking okay. Let's see. How's it been lately, Jacobo? You been working, man? Lone Wolf, I didn't know you were a Punisher reader. Question for the chat: Madara and Lone Wolf, what are your favorite characters? Let's say your favorite characters in Marvel. Like, who's your favorite comic book hero? Because this is not the first time you've talked about Punisher. I'm wondering, is that your guy? My brother always read Punisher. I was always really into DC when I was a kid. I read a lot of Batman. Oof. And even though I love Superman as a character, I never read that many of his comics because it's like it's not easy to find like a really solid Superman book. There's a few that are just standout amazing comics, but I do think characters like Batman seem to attract the best writers in a lot of cases, with some exceptions that I'm very thankful for. I think Grant Morrison had All-Star Superman's maybe the best one, best story. Oh, cool, Jacobo. The Crow comics are really underrated. They're really good. Like, not enough people talk about it. I think for me, X-Men was always the one I read the most of Marvel anyway. I completely forgot to mention that. Yeah, X-Men was 90s. The 90s, I read so much X-Men. I was obsessed with the X-Men when I was a kid. And so many superhero ideas I had as a kid were just me just ripping off the X-Men completely. Which is just how it goes, I guess. I just thought it was so unbelievably awesome. Like, it was just... Sorry if I went quiet, you guys. I'm just in the zone. I'll check the chat in a second. Let me just finish lining out this sword. Yes, I do gotta get it done. I've got about a half hour to ink the rest of this. Then I gotta leave to pick up my wife from work. Thanks for hanging out with me while I draw, guys. This is nice. I like that we're all just kind of chilling out together. I want to do more streams like this where we just longer and just kind of like, more casual, where I can just hang out with you guys and don't necessarily have to be, not super vocal. I can just keep it working. Because sometimes I'll choose not to stream because I'm like, oh well, I won't be able to engage with anybody anyways. It's like, but maybe I don't need to think that way. Hey, what's up, Artie? Welcome. It's been a while, man. Sorry I missed your entrance. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. Oh, thanks, Artie. Artie says happy birthday. Almost done inking this page. Almost. Almost. Oh, thanks, Lone Wolf. You've been reading the Max comics and the download panels. He does are similar to what Ryan is doing here. Same panel. Yeah, I actually know what you're talking. So the artist I think was Stephen Platt, who did this a lot with his panels, and I told the client I wanted to do it to make the scene feel more rough, and the whole time I'm just thinking about 90s comics, in particular Stephen Platt, who did that. So he did it for the Max. I think he also did it when he drew. There was another comic he did, a 90s sci-fi comic, Soul Saga. I can't believe I remember that. I think also David Finch was doing it for a time when he worked on Ascension. Was that what it was called? The one about the Archangels? All right, one last piece. Get this bad boy done, get it together. I really like these rusty nib pens. They're really nice to work with. It's like I kind of owe my career to them. Okay, it was Ascension. Yeah. Yeah, Platt is a great art. What is he working on these days? Is he retired? Is he alive? I hope so. I feel bad saying that. If he probably is, but is he still working? Is he still doing stuff? What's he up to? He's one of those artists that just really embodies the 90s and a lot of the stuff I like about the way they did their inking. And he but yes, David Finch's work on Ascension is like... And Ascension is a comic I don't hear that much about. People don't talk about it that much these days. Which is surprising, because I think it's some of David Finch's best work. It's so freaking beautiful. It's like... It's a comic that very clearly is meant to just be beautiful, and like the story I don't even remember. I mean, maybe the story's great, but I don't remember it. And probably a lot of other people don't, because it's really more about, in my opinion, the display of David Finch's incredible art, you know? The beautiful figures and the gothic look of everything. It's like... Yeah, because maybe his royalties off the image boom that he was a part of, you know? Maybe that's enough. You know what comic I've been looking for? And it's not easy to find other than like on Amazon. the Icon for DC, Icon and Rocket, but like back in the 80s or 90s. I think it was the 90s. And it was like the first 4 issues drawn by, I think, McDuffie, I want to say. It was a part of the when DC had that imprint in the 90s that was for it was like their first diversity push, you know, and arguably much more successful than the current one, because the characters were legitimately really cool, and it wasn't just like slapping a different race on a character and being like, oh look, we did something new. It was like they legitimately came up with really interesting characters, and they had great artwork, and one of them was Icon. And I remember having the first issue when I was a kid, and I can't find it. But now I want to get the first 4 issues because the art is beautiful. It's like really great old school comic. So sorry. Really great old school comic art. Like it's got this wonderful, like a lot of the colors seem to be done with markers or watercolor. It's like something you don't really see very much in comics. It's like not digital colors, and it looks great. And it's just really solid, beautiful line art. And it's a cool character. He's kind of like an alternate version of like a Superman, but like done in a very different way. A different personality, different, you know. This Icon's really cool. There's a part where he's he's confronting these like gangsters who try to rob his house. And he's flying above them with his crazy powers, and one of them reaches for a gun in his coat. And Icon's, I think this is a line I remember from reading it like 30 years ago. Seriously, 30 years. And I remember this line. He says to the guy reaching for his gun, he says, I hope whatever you're about to pull out of your jacket is made of chocolate, because I swear I will make you eat it. Just like, it's pretty good. As far as threats go, that's a pretty solid one. I like that a lot. But if anybody's got a moment, like Google it. Google the artwork for Icon. The original, like when it premiered in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, it was I forgot the name of it, but it was like a subdivision of DC Comics that was specifically like for like, you know, them trying to capture the urban black, you know, whatever their conception of diverse culture was at that time. But all of the books had like really cool artists, and one of them was McDuffie. There was, I forget all their names because they're artists that are like, you know, I think Brayfogle was in there too. And Brayfogle's like, oh my god, Brayfogle's like one of the best artists who ever worked in comics. His work is so freaking good. If you just Google his art, particularly when he worked on like Prime, oh man. I at my local comic shop, the guy who sells my comics, I asked him to order a trade of that for me. And it's taking a long time for it to arrive, and I might just get it on Amazon because I want to be able to look at this dude's work. I also wonder if Brayfogle, he's one of those artists who should definitely have some kind of illustrator's edition of any of his comics, because they're just so good. They're so tremendous. He really just was like a perfect comic artist, you know. He had anatomical accuracy within reason, but he also he knew when to just have fun and have crazy huge proportions and absurd musculature. And all right, inks for this might be done, you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, Madara. I'm sorry that it's usually 2 a.m. in your neck of the woods when I'm streaming. Oh, man. All right, so here we got... We started this during the beginning of the stream, and I did the whole thing real time. There you go. You get to see it all. Here's panel 1. He prays to his gods of light. And the monster's like laughing at him, kind of mocking him as it holds this little kid hostage in his arms. His eyes close, they open with flames, and because of that, the flame that he already stuck into the monster's back is like, the sword is catching flames, like it's all one piece, like the sword is a part of him. He kind of like pushes his fists together, like clashes them with sparks flying, because he has the gift of flame. And then the creature drops the kid, and then we get this big old splash panel of our hero punching the monster in his stupid face with these flaming gauntlets on his metal hands. It's pretty badass. It's a very heavy metal comic. It's pretty cool. I like Venator. It's been fun to work on. And so anybody who's wondering, you can buy it at... well, there's a bunch of comic shops that sell it right now around the West Coast, and it's coming to the East Coast. We have one on the East Coast now, I think 2. And there's maybe 3 on the East Coast actually, but you can also get them off the website, ascendiumstudios.com, and that's book 1. Book 2, this is in production now. I'm working on it. He's already got me coming in for book 3 after this. He's like ready to go because the book is doing well, and he's got a lot of stories. This guy wrote a whole series of novels about this character. Yeah, it's pretty badass. So yeah, and today I'm 40, which is why I'm yawning so much, because I clearly, now that I'm old, I will be sleepy all the time, and I'm going to tell a lot of repetitive stories, and I'm going to look around going, where's your mother? Where'd she go? Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to have to head out in a second because I got to go pick up my wife from work. And Broken Blade, hey, what's up, man? I'm sorry you're showing up right as I'm leaving. But you catch almost all of my streams, so don't feel bad, because you've certainly gotten the best of me. And I love you guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for showing up. Please give the video a like. It really helps it out. Everybody watching, please like the video. And yeah, good night, guys.